I was teaching a Tai Chi class last week, and I was teaching the students the importance of taking the pressure off the lower lumbar region of the vertebrae and to tuck in the tailbone. And that's how we do it. We tuck in the tailbone, and then we release that pressure and release a lot of energy tends to get blocked around there, and that's where a lot of people tend to get pain. So when you do that, when you change the posture slightly by doing that, by rotating the hips, it takes the pressure off and it allows the energy to run freely, and it improves our posture and our structure and our strength as well. And so one of my students asked a very good question. He said, why do we have to do this? Are humans not made perfect? Why do we have to come to a Tai Chi class to learn about these things? And one of the reasons we do Tai Chi is just for greater feeling of well-being and to be able to operate better in life, But the reason for, why great question. Are humans not made perfect? Or is our structure not sound? Why do we have to learn how to move, and why do we have to learn how to, why does our tailbone stick out? Why don't we tuck it in more? Why? Great question, and the difference, because we don't look at an animal in nature. We don't look at a lion and say, that lion, if it just changed its shoulders slightly, it would be more in alignment, it would feel better. The lion just is. We don't look at a monkey or a gorilla and see that the posture's not good. They're just doing their thing, and they don't seem to have those same problems that humans do. So what's the difference between the animals and the humans? Why do humans seem to have these problems, and why do we have to go to classes and learn things to correct them? And one of the things is one of the differences between humans and other animals is we seem to have choice. Whether we have choice or not, that's another matter. That's like a deeper philosophical question. But let's just say we seem to have choice. We seem to have free will, and we seem to be able to do things, either go one way or the other. And that's what it seems to be. And every single day we have a choice of how we're going to live. Where other animals, they seem just to be kind of pretty much doing the same things. There's a big spectrum of difference with humans. The health of humans, how humans live, what we do day to day, things like that. And it comes down to that choice that we seem to have every single day. And every single day we can make that choice of how we're going to show up. Are we going to improve ourselves? Are we going to become healthier, more physically fit, have a higher feeling level of well-being, learn more, grow more, etc.? But then again, so then it goes back to the question of, then why are we out of alignment? Why do we have these problems? Why isn't our tailbone naturally tucked in, and we just, why do we have to learn about this and have conscious awareness? And one of the reasons is we seem to have this cognitive function that other animals don't seem to have on the same level that we have it on anyway, where we tend to disconnect from our bodies. Humans tend to disconnect from the bodies and be more up in the head because we have this cognitive function. We have this reasoning and this thinking and all this sort of stuff. So a separation starts to happen as we grow up. You see little children, little babies and little children, they're more connected to their bodies. They move with their bodies. The more we grow up into adults, we tend to be more in our heads. We move more with our heads rather than with our bodies, You see a little kid, if he's got his back to you and you shout his name, he'll turn his whole body round to look at you. If you shout an adult's name, they'll simply just turn their head like this and keep their body where it is, because they're more up in their heads, not so much in the bodies. So that's one thing we learn in Tai Chi, is to be more in the body and move from our body. So, lifestyle has a lot to do with it as well. One of the biggest factors as children, one of the most unnatural things that happens is we get sent to school, and we get told to sit in a hard chair for 6 hours a day, doing stuff that is often we feel is boring. Well, that was my experience anyway, and most people I know experience as well. And that is very detrimental to the posture. Sitting in this hard chair, especially if you're a skinny person, because you have bones on your butt and you can't sit up straight on a hard chair. You'll either have to lean yourself forward to take, or otherwise your bones start to get hurt and get bruised, or you have to slump back. Very difficult to sit up straight without having that pain on the bones. Any skinny person kind of knows that. So straight away, going to school, we start to develop poor posture just by going to school. And then while we're in school, we're being taught things that are very much in the head, very cognitive in the head. So then, again, that disconnection starts to happen there in school, from the head and the body. And then as we grow up, different lifestyle things, going to work, sitting at an office desk, hunched over, all those sorts of things, they all have their effect. And then there's also the emotional things as well. If we have a traumatic experience, that has an effect on the body. You can often see a person who's had lots of intimidation in their lives, or lots of traumatic experiences. Quite often their shoulders are more hunched forward. They close off from the heart. They're trying to protect their heart, so their shoulders hunch forward, and then they develop poor posture. They go in like this. Someone who's always thinking in the future, they're never in the present, always in the future, tends to be more like this, rather than here. Yeah. So the emotions and the thought process start to filter into the body and have an effect on the body. Start to put it out of alignment. If we're unsure, if we're uncertain, we tend to lean more on one side. We do this, right? And then if we're doing that all the time, again, that puts us out of alignment. It cuts off our energy flow. That's why a lot of people have low energy these days, because they're so out of alignment that their energy flow isn't working, And that's why we need, chiropractors and osteopaths and different people like this. I was just with my chiropractor the other day, and he said he did all the muscle tests, did a full muscle test examination on me of everything in the body, every single vertebrae and everything. And he said I can't find one weakness in your whole structure, in your whole system. He says that's like less than 1 in 100 people that he finds that with. And that's just because I make a choice. It's just because I make a choice every single day of how I'm going to show up, what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my yoga, I'm going to do my Tai Chi, I'm going to do my martial arts. I'm going to have an awareness of my body, have awareness of what I'm doing, how I'm sitting, how I'm standing, and just tune into that. And always be looking to improve it, always be looking to correct it. Because it hasn't always been like that, There's many things I did in my life that completely, I sustained lots of injuries. I've broken my leg, which kind of put me out. I've, had horrible accidents and things, which nearly took me completely out of the picture. And done lots of things that have been very detrimental to my physical frame. So it's been a work in progress. About 15 years of when I realized how my body, my structure just wasn't serving me the way I was holding myself. It took about 15 years of work to get to this point. But it's been it's been an enjoyable journey. Sometimes painful trying to get things right, but it's been enjoyable, It's been fulfilling journey. So we get to make that choice. That's one of the differences. That's why humans are different to other animals. Is we seem to have that choice. We can expand ourselves. We can grow. We can learn. We can improve ourselves. And that's why there's such a big spectrum of humans. There's humans that can do amazing things, and some humans find it hard just to get out of a chair. Some humans find it hard to walk. Other humans, are almost walking on air. They're doing gravity-defying things, because it's a choice. We have a choice, and you have a choice every single day of what you're going to do. And be thinking about how to create more well-being in your life, how to create more well-being, and just realize that you can choose again. No matter what you've chosen in the past, you can choose again. Every single day you get to choose that. And today you get to choose. You get to choose what you're going to do today, how you're going to show up, and it's an amazing thing. It's freedom, right? It's freedom, the freedom of choice. Whether the choice is an illusion, again, that's another matter, maybe another video. But it seems to be that we have choice, and yeah, you can choose again. So what are you going to choose today? You've got a blank screen there, a blank board. Write up on that board what you're going to choose today, what you're going to choose tomorrow, what you're going to choose this year. Something that serves you, something that serves the body. Every single day, I do something for my body. I train my body, I nurture my body, I cultivate it in some way. Every day I do something for my brain. I reprogram it, I cultivate it, I train it, I learn something every single day. And doing that brings fulfillment to life. Okay, so thank you for joining me in this video, and look forward to speaking to you again in the next one.